Now we'll do the vertical composition. And this is just what it is. It's all the lines go up and down. And we're going to do it in a funky way this time. What we're going to do, well, it's going to be a surprise, so I won't tell you. So the idea is that you make all kinds of lines that are all vertical, but at a certain point, there's one part of the lines that's more interesting than the rest. So that's right here. So right here, what I want to do is create an area that's more interesting than the rest of the composition. And I might have a few little areas that look like that main area, that kind of repeat that whole pattern. But at the same time, it's only one area that's more interesting than the rest. So all the colors lead the eye towards the focal point, that main area that's more interesting than the others. So here we have a painting illustration board that I like working with, and we're going to roller the color on there and let it dry. I like the texture it creates, and it catches the paint really well. Here we go. We add puddles of paint, just like I'm doing now, on top of it. And I've chosen purple, and the complement is like a yellow color, and the green is also considered like a yellow color, and pink and white. So what I'm going to do is scrape those colors in a linear fashion. So I'm going to use this scraper. I had thought of using the other one, but I think this one will work better. So you just scrape the colors like this, and you see little bits of that gray behind there, and it looks good. And you scrape it so it all goes down like that. And you want to have the color start at the top and then finish at the bottom. There we go. So I have the yellow, the pink, the purple, the green, the white, all mixing together, and I let it dry. Remember, I'm not stopping in this video. It's going to look like I didn't let it dry, but I did. And now I add some more pink, because I would like the pink to be part of that main color, that focal point, and I need it to be repeated in several spots, and it wasn't in that spot. And I let it dry. If it's all bumpy, that's okay, because it'll catch the paint even better when we add new colors. So it's dry, we add black, and we spread it. And like that. And I like the way the little parts are spread, but the big parts, not so happy with. But we will let it dry and then add another color. So here it's dry. I'm going to add green on top, and I'm going to let it blend. And I'm going to add a bit of pink to that because I want to repeat my pink. Ooh, it's making a mess. So we're going to just spread it a little bit. And I don't want the bottom showing through. So if at any point you're unhappy, you let it dry and then you work it when it's dry. Remember that acrylic dries really fast. It can be dry within about 10 minutes. So it's not a problem. You don't have a long wait. But with these paintings, what I often do is I do one color one night, another color another night, etc., etc. So now I'm switching to a brush, because I want to add these little interesting spots, and the brush does it better for me. The goal is to make it look like I used that scraper and not that I used a brush, because I want the texture to look the same all the way through. I let the pink dry, and now I'm adding white. So I'm adding little bits of white. This white is going to highlight the pink, and it's going to create that focal point. So I'm trying to give it that scraped look and not the painted look. It's harder with this brush. So here we go. We're scraping just to make it look like it's scraping. But look how the white kind of hops across the painting and lands in and around that pink area. So you want this to be the focal point. And all the other colors just lead the eye towards the focal point. So that's what this little line of white is meant to do, is lead you to the focal point. Remember to wipe off anything you don't like. You have maybe 2 minutes to wipe off what you don't like, and then add it again. And I want a skinny mark. I don't want a big, flat, bold mark. I want a skinny mark. So it's really hard to do. So what I do is I just paint it, and then I try to push it with my finger and make it look skinnier. There, that looks more like a scraped mark and not a painted mark. See how the eye goes through? There's pinks all the way across, and there's white all the way across, and there's black all the way across, and green and yellow, and the colors all repeat themselves. And your focal point is where the white and the black and the pink are. So that's the vertical composition done in a funky way. Now it's your turn. Try the vertical composition.